Hi, I'm Larie, and welcome to your upper body drop set dumbbell only workout. What you're going to need today, dumbbells. Whatever you have, grab them. For reference, I have a pair of 20s, 15s, 10-pound, and 5-pound dumbbells. Now, I will always tell you what weight selection I am using, but just know that you and I are different. You may be able to go heavier than me, or you may need to go lighter than me. Everyone is so different. I want you to find a weight selection that feels challenging for you while maintaining really great form throughout. You may also want a mat, hydration, and a towel around as well. Today's format, drop set, superset. So we have 2 exercises at a time. The first exercise will be the more challenging variation, and we will perform that exercise for 60 seconds. After that exercise is up, we're going to either change the exercise slightly, but still target the same muscle group, and or possibly drop the weight selection to something lighter. We will perform that exercise for 60 seconds, but there's a little kicker in that drop. The first 30 seconds, we're going to perform with a certain tempo, and then the final 30 seconds we're performing with a different tempo. Sometimes that final 30 seconds we will change out the exercise. Just listen to my cues and look at the demos for the upcoming exercise. So it's 2 minutes of total work time. After that superset is up, we will have 15 seconds to recover, grab a drink, and then go on to a new exercise. The recovery time is quite short today because we are switching muscle groups. If we're working delts, we're gonna work a different muscle group the next superset. So the recovery time is short. If you need more of a recovery time, feel free to take it. Hit that pause button, take a drink of water, meet me back on your mat when you're ready. Also, drop sets are extremely fatiguing. So I may find myself rest pausing during the actual set. That just means I can't do another rep, so I'm going to take a little breather, shake it out, and then continue the reps when I feel ready to. So you can do that whenever you need to as well. Of course, you can always just hit pause as well. This one is super quick, so be sure to find a weight selection that feels challenging for you, especially on that first exercise. We want to make sure that first exercise at the end of these 60 seconds, our muscles really start to feel fatigued before we make that drop. So go ahead, grab all your stuff, and let's get to work. Our first superset is our warm-up, so feel free to go a little bit lighter than what you would usually do, although this is my typical weight selection for this exercise because it's pretty challenging. We have a dumbbell 6-way raise, so 1 dumbbell in each hand. We're going to bring it out to the side, keep those upper traps down, then we bring it to center, overhead, back to center, out, and then return. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Dumbbell 6-way raise. Keep your core tight. Make sure those hips don't go forward, especially when you bring it overhead. We're here for 60 seconds. We go in 3, 2, and 1. This begins your workout. Dumbbell 6-way raise. 'Halfway through, we're here for 30 more seconds. Something that I want to point out to you is when you go into that lateral raise, take it slightly in front of the body, and that'll bias your medial delt a little bit more. Keep the entire lower body still. Make sure those hips aren't moving those dumbbells overhead. This one is quite challenging. We'll drop it to a 4-way raise next. Keep the same dumbbell selection in 3, 2, just 4 ways. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is really going to bias your medial delts as well as the anterior portion, your front delts. In 5 seconds, we drop again. It's just lateral raises in 3, 2, and 1, 30 seconds. Try not to bend those elbows. Think about taking the dumbbells out and then up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now that our shoulders are nice and warm, now we're gonna hit them hard. Pronated shoulder press, slow, controlled tempo. I'll be using 20s. Feel free to go heavier. Feel free to go lighter. Pronated grip. This one is challenging. 3 count eccentric on the way down. So press it up. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Keep that rib cage stacked over pelvis. Core stays tight throughout. In 10 seconds, we'll drop the weight selection to 1 weight selection lighter. I'll be using 15s. We have a neutral grip shoulder press. And 3, 2, and 1. Switch out those weights. Once you have them, rep it out. Normal tempo, neutral grip. I know it's starting to get challenging. We have thrusters next, half thrusters. We'll use the lower body to assist the dumbbells up. In 3, 2, and 1. Use the lower body just a little bit to get those dumbbells up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, on to some back work, lat work, back work, lat work. We have a stagger stance pronated row. We do one side then the other. Do your weaker side first. If you have it, that's going to be my left side. Right foot forward, left foot back. We have a pronated row. So we're going to take that elbow out to the side. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Pause at the top. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Try not to rotate open so your core is staying tight. You can rest your hand on your quad. You can rest it in front of you on a wall, whatever you have handy. In 10 seconds, we'll drop that weight selection just by 1. I'll be dropping it to a 15-pound dumbbell. We'll continue with neutral grip, 1 to 1/4 rep. Change out your weight selection. Neutral grip, take it towards your hip, and then bring it down. 1 pulse at the top. So squeeze the lat, squeeze it again, then down. We rep it out normal tempo, get rid of the pulse, in 3, 2, and 1, 30 seconds, normal tempo. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Shake it out. We're doing the other side next. Match it on this side. Here we go, left foot forward, right foot back, pronated grip, flare out the elbow, 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Core stays tight. Try to keep those hips nice and level. Next up, we make the drop the weight selection by 1. We continue with a neutral grip row, 1 to 1/4 rep. Switch out the dumbbells, make the drop, 1/4 rep, neutral grip. So drive that dumbbell towards the hip, squeeze the lats, squeeze it again. We end with normal tempo. Just rep it out in 3, 2, and 1. Normal tempo. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Next up, we have a dumbbell front raise. I'm going to start with 10s. We'll see. We'll see if I finish with 10s for just the first exercise. I'm dropping the second one. Here we go. It's a front raise to a T. So we bring it up, front raise, take it out, take it in, and then lower down. So it's a 4-way raise, but we're reversing it. Front raise, out, in, and lower. Front raise, out, in, then lower. Flip the grip from neutral to pronated, and then flip it back from pronated to neutral on the way down. Ten more seconds, then we'll drop the weight selection by 1. Front raise, 1 to 1/4 rep, and 3, 2, drop the weight. And now we continue, but we add a 1/4 rep at the top. Flip from neutral to pronated, and I want you to lift from the front of the delts, not the traps. So keep those traps down. Here's where we humble ourselves. We have bus drivers to end this set with. Hold at the top in 3, 2, neutral grip. Now we hold that steering wheel and we drive. Rest, pause if needed. But if you can, fight through this burn. I'm burning right there with you. I'm starting to shake a little bit. We only have 15 more seconds. Stay here with me. Come on. 1 rep at a time, 10 more seconds. You got this. Stay strong. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. All right. Supinated curl to an uppercut is next. We're going to start with some 15s for myself. Flip that grip. 1 curl, 1 uppercut. So we curl it, squeeze those biceps, bring it just above the head, and then back down. Curl and squeeze. Uppercut, bring it down. 10 more seconds, then we'll drop the weight selection by 1 and continue this motion, but with a neutral grip. In 3, 2, and 1. I maxed out right there. It's a good thing. Maxing out feeling is actually good. Neutral grip. Why is feeling good when we lift weights? Because that means you are pushing your muscles to your limit with good form, and you are going to get stronger long term. Five more seconds, then it's just the hammer curl. In 3, 2, 1, just curl to end. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, next up we have a reverse fly. We're going to start with a pretty challenging variation. We'll have a pronated grip. So we're going to lead with the pinkies. I'll be using 5s. Hip hinge position. So keep your core tight. Lead with the pinkies, squeeze the back of the delts, then bring it down. Nice and slow. Pause at the top. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Pause at the top. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. So make sure you're getting some support from the core. We're working your rear delts, but let's not forget about our core. Keep the front of the core nice and tight. Hip hinge position. If you're not hinged enough, you may start to feel it in the upper traps. So just try to get it your chest pretty close to parallel. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nice neutral spine. Try not to tuck, try not to tilt, somewhere in between. Next up, we continue this reverse fly, but we change it to a pronated grip, neutral grip, and we add a quarter rep at the top. So neutral grip, palms face one another, quarter rep, bring it down. Quarter rep at the top, bring it down. Squeeze the delts, squeeze them again. So you should feel your upper back where the back of the delts work. 10 more seconds, you got this. We end with normal tempo in 3, 2, 1, normal tempo. Come on, 30 more seconds, and then we end our workout on the mat. Come on, stay strong. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Next up, we have a chest press. On our backs, I'll be using 20s to start. We'll then drop it to a chest fly, and I'll be switching that out for some 10s. So have your weight selection handy. Chest press. We'll go with a pronated grip. Drive it up. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Drive it up. 3, 2, and 1. In 10 seconds, we drop the weight selection. I'll be dropping it to 10s. We have a chest fly, 1 to a quarter rep. The quarter rep will be at the bottom in 3, 2, and 1. Change out the weight. Neutral grip. Go around that beach ball. Quarter rep, and then hug it back in. So try not to bend from the elbows anymore. You have a slight bend to start, but we're not doing that chest press motion. flexing at the elbow anymore. We're hugging it in. So you should really feel the front of the delt and the chest work here. End with a normal tempo, 30 seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Next up, we have a dumbbell lat pullover with a crunch. I'll be using 20s to start, and I'll be dropping it to another 10. Grab the dumbbell like so you can increase the range of motion. So we're right here. Take it back. Use the lats to drive it in. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Exhale, drive it up. 3, 2, 1 on the way down. Again, we're not trying to bend from the elbows here. We're working the lats. But if you were to bend from the elbows, that's not a bad thing. You would just be targeting more triceps than lats. We'll drop that weight selection to something lighter. I'll be dropping it to a 10. 1 toward quarter rep is next. In 3, 2, and 1. Switch out the dumbbell. Quarter rep will now be at the top. Bring it down. Keep your neck neutral. So we're not making this crunch motion with the neck. We're making it with the core, adding a little 2-for-1 special towards the end of your workout. Normal tempo is what we end with. Switch it up, normal tempo. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right. 2 more supersets and then we are done. Next up, we have a bodyweight push-up off the knees in a slow eccentric. Don't hate me. It's going to be super challenging. If needed, you can go ahead and drop it to the knees. A 45-degree angle with the elbows. Take it down for 3, 2, 1. Drive it up. Elbows back, 45, 3, 2, 1. Drive it up. Next up, we have a off on knee push-up, and we're going to change up the grip to where the elbows tuck in tight. In 3, 2, and 1. So change up the grip, bring the hands a little bit closer. This is going to work the triceps a little bit more. Take it down for 3, 2, 1. Release the knees, press it up. 3, 2, 1. Release the knees, press it up. We end with normal tempo on the knees in 3, 2, 1. We may need to rest, pause. Here we go, normal tempo. Come on, 10 more seconds. I'm right there with you. Struggle City. Come on, what doesn't challenge us won't change us. We got this. One more rep. 3, 2, and 1. Final superset on the stomach. We're going to try to incorporate some dumbbells into this, but release the dumbbells to body weight only if and when needed. Supermans to start. Pronated grip. I'm laughing to keep from crying. Here we go. We lift up and squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Lift up and squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Halfway through, 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds, then we release the dumbbells. We have a Superman to around the world. It is body weight only next. In 3, 2, release those weights. Wow. Superman around the back, forward and lower. Superman around the back, forward and lower. Palms are down, palms face up, palms face down, then repeat. 10 more seconds, and then we end with some swimmers. In 3, 2, 1, hold it up, go for a swim. Kick opposite leg, opposite arm. Wow, delts are burning, back is burning, everything is on fire. Stay with me. Ten more seconds, then we end with a 15-second iso hold. Then we are done. Fight through this burn. We hold that Superman. In 3, 2, 1. Reach up and hold. 1 inch higher. Hold it. You got this. 10 seconds. 1 inch higher. Don't let those hands drop. The body is shaking. Come on, last 3, 2, and 1. Tapping out. And I'm out of breath. Forgot to hit my watch. Sorry, y'all. Let's go ahead and stretch those shoulders, shall we? Take it out to a 90-degree position. Go into the stretch super slow. This will open up your chest as well as the front of the delts. And if you want to add that kickstand, go ahead and add it. Start to slow the breath down if it got a little high on that last exercise. You're welcome to stay right here. This is good for the majority of us, but if you're not feeling much and if you want to take it a little farther, bend at the elbow. Wow. And that's going to amplify the stretch a little bit, especially in the chest, in front of the delt. Big, deep inhale. On the exhale, come out of it. And let's take it to the other side. Nice and slow to start. You always want to ease into your stretches. And if you did it on the other side, you can come out of it a little bit, bend at the elbow, and then take it a little further. Now you may have one side that is a little tighter or a little freer than the other side. That's pretty common, but now that we have that knowledge, we just want to work on equaling it out, especially if you're in a position to where you're rounded forward. We all are. Phones, driving, computers, pretty much everything. We're set up to be rounded at the top. So this stretch is a great way to counteract that. One more big deep inhale. On the exhale, come out of it. Let's hit those lats, shall we? We'll do a single side puppy pose. So left arm goes out. Start to rotate towards that left side. Ooh, feeling it underneath the armpit. The lat is a big muscle group. You can feel it in many different parts. Goes from underneath the armpit down. Everyone's lat insertion is different, but it extends towards the mid part of your back. Sometimes it goes all the way down, down, down into the waist. like really far down into the waist. Some people's lat insertions are shorter. I'm going to stop talking now. Let's do the other side. One more big deep inhale. Let's hit a bilateral puppy stretch, so both sides. Feels good. All right, meet me in a seated position. We'll hit those triceps real quick. Inhale all the way up. Bend one elbow, take a little side bend. We did hit triceps in the chest press as a secondary muscle group a lot as well. If you want more of a stretch after this video, let's go ahead and hit the other side. I will link some additional stretching videos below. I have super quick ones targeted for the upper body that are 10 to 15 minutes long. Be sure to check them out if your body is craving a little bit more. I'll also link some cardio abs and additional add-ons to complement this workout. As long as you tried your best today, that is what matters most. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Your love and support means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much for working out with me today. Be sure to tag me in your posts and stories on IG at Larie Midkiff. And most importantly, have an amazing rest of the day. You rock.